everybody, welcome back and welcome to Artsy Wednesday. And I know if I haven't done one of these in a while, but I am back to doing my Artsy Wednesday videos, and I'm going to be kind of changing it up a little bit, doing different things, a little bit of mixed media, a little bit of this, a little bit of that stuff. So today, what I thought I would do is kind of a collage, like kind of like a masterboard type thing, collage thing. And what I'm going to be using is my gel prints, which I have right here to my left. Some of them are on just regular paper, printer paper, thin everything. I might just pull out the ones that are on regular copy paper, because that way they're thin. And then I have my wet strength tissue ones here as well that I will be using. So I got this book at Michael's, and it's a mixed media rough and everything, so that way it has a rough surface for wet and dry media, because I'm going to be doing mixed media, all different things in this one book, more than just doing like collaging. I'm also going to be doing pages in here where I'm going to be doing kind of a grid page where I'm going to be using my paints, my stamps, different things like that. So I'm going to be mixing it up in this one book. And it does have the perforated edges, so I can tear these out of here, especially the ones that I make, that I do collaging in. So I could take those out and very easily and neatly and use them to make pockets, tags, journaling cards, ATCs, whatever, for other projects. So this is what the paper actually looks like. I don't know if you can tell, see kind of the surface or not, but that way you can hear that. That way it takes all different types of media, and I'm just going to use my stick glue stick to put these down. And if later on looks like they're going to be lifting or whatever, then I'll go back in with my art glitter glue and glue edges or whatever down. So, and I like that I can flip that under. And I have over here to the right, I have my trimmer, so that way I can trim my papers. So let me look through this stack here and pull out the ones that are just on regular like copy paper, because I think those will be better because they're not as thick. So there's that. Okay, that's thin. Okay, that's thin, but I don't know if I want to use that. regular copy paper. And I can tell and stuff just by feeling the paper. Some of these are kind of thin, kind of like cardstock, colored cardstock. So, I might use that one. And also it depends and stuff on how much paint too that I've used as well on the paper. Because even though it's thin paper, it might be a little thick because of the amount of paint. I hope everybody is doing well. I'm doing great. I'm glad and stuff that I'm feeling pretty much back to myself. Everything, and my back surgery went well, and I'm healing up great. So I'm able to do the things. Okay, so I'm gonna put these back over here on my tray here, my card back behind me. Okay. So let's see here what I want to do here. Let's see. See what kind of colors and stuff that I have that would kind of work together. So I know these two will, everything that would kind of go together. Let's see if there's anything else here that I think might go. I'm just okay. We might use some of that. I'm just gonna set those up there. that out so I can see what I have that might. So there's some of that. So, thinking maybe let's just go ahead and start with that, with this stuff here, and then we can go from there. So I'm just gonna trim off some of the white edges, but I'm not going to throw it away because that's still a good piece. So, excuse me if I don't say a whole lot. I'm just trying to think of kind of what I want to do and how I want to start. And let me grab my book here to use for gluing. Okay. That up there. Okay. Now I don't want to cover up the this edge right here, because in that way I can be able to take this out of here easily. And plus anyway, this gives me a nice straight edge that I can use as a guide. So we got that piece there. Now do I want a piece of that down here? Yeah, I think I'll put that down here. Do let's put this there, that way I can see the edge of the paper. There we go. Okay. So now let me trim this one up. So let's see. I'm just trying to see. I'm just trying to see how wide. See, that's 2, 3. I'm just kind of cutting this one up to kind of see where I want, what I want here. Okay, let's see. I think I want put that one up there and then maybe put this one down here. Oh. I think I'm gonna have to finish removing the cover off of that book, so to make it easier to use the pages for gluing. And then I don't throw throw them away because I can use them as bases for pockets or tags or something like that for my junk journals. Okay. So I'm just gonna kind of straighten up that edge. A bit. And then I'm going to see about how far down I want to come. And then I think I might go all the way across with it. I'm just gonna clean off that little bit of an edge there. Need to get me one of my wipies out soon so I can be able to clean my fingers, because if not, everything's going to start sticking to me. Okay. I want to add a tiny piece here. Okay. And grab my scissors, because since this is such a small piece, and I'm gonna go ahead and trim that piece off. And yeah, some of the glue on top. Get a dry paper towel. Okay. And then later and stuff, then I can come in and any pieces that have gone off the edge, I can go ahead and trim those. Deeks. It scooted on me, but that's okay. Okay. Okay, so let's see. What do I want to add on here next? And if you're noticing, my pieces aren't the same that I'm gluing down, aren't the same size. Everything, that's fine with me. That's what adds the interest. Okay, perfect. So now I just gotta get it to where it's lined up right where I want it. And perfect. Go ahead and turn it this way. And like I said, if anything's hanging over the edge of and everything, that's fine. Once it's completely dry and stuff, then I will I can just trim it up. Just going over everything, making sure everything is pressed down. Now, do I want to add any more of this? A different section of this, which would be different. over here. That's what I, so then I have this piece here that so I would just need to trim off just a tiny bit of this one. I'm gonna go ahead and trim off and do it on this end. And maybe just a smidge off of this end. That might have been a smidge too much, but that's fine. That's fine. I'm not gonna worry about that. And actually, I think what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna go ahead and just run the glue stick actually on the page. And I think that'll work out better. There we go. Okay. Now, do I want to do okay, I think I want to bring in some more of this tissue paper. I'm definitely going to have to do some trimming on this. I'm just trying to think how much of this I want. Okay, this leaves me a little sliver, but that's fine because I do have a piece here. Well, if it'll flip back over the way it's supposed to be. See? See, then I can bring in, see, I can get little slivers of different pieces, and I can fill in some of those gaps. Or when I come into to put stuff, different focal points or different things, then I can place things like over that, like some of my stickers or whatever. Then I can put something over that, because when I go to put a piece here, then it'll only be from the top of this down. So I can disguise that. So that's not a problem. Okay, I think what I'm going to do with this is only put glue on part of it, just to get it down. Kind of where I want it, and then I can come in and add the glue to the rest of it. And okay, so now I think I want to bring some of this up to the top here. I will, let me see here. I will take a little piece, or actually, okay. Oh, don't move. Okay. So now we just need to fill in this area here. So let's see, what do we have? What else do we have here in my gel prints? Now I've got some of this we could bring in, but actually what we could do is actually bring in some of this, because there is some of that purple, but then we've got that kind of silver color, so we could do that. And then we have this kind of red with bits and pieces of the silver that we can add in there as well. Or we could also bring this in, because there's some of that purple in there as well, and some other colors, and this will give it anything. Could be interesting to mix in there. And then there's this. Add a little bit of pink, because we do have some of that here and down here. So we could add just a little bit of that. But we've got this we can add in there. So I think that's what we'll do. We'll add some of this instead of that one. We'll kind of keep away from that pink. And I think that should do it. We've also got this. I'm going to pull that one out. Okay. I think that will be, yeah, I think that'll do it. As far as these go, and I'm gonna put everything else away, because we are done pulling our papers. I'm just trying to see what I kind of want to do here. Okay, I think I'm going to do some of this. So I'm just going to move things over just a little bit. So I'm just going to basically cut this in half. And then that edge off. And then cut about a 3-inch wide piece. And go ahead and cut that edge off. And we can put that piece there. I think I need to straighten that edge up a little bit more. And see, I can put that strip right down there. There we go. And then see, put a piece. Okay, let me go ahead and glue this little strippy down. Ah. tweezers here. There we go. And I'm going to go ahead and glue these pieces down. Okay, so now I just need this area in here. Get my glue book moved out of the way so things don't start sticking to it. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and out of that piece. Now, these pieces like this, I hang on to because I can still use this area for, I can still add paint to them, I can stamp on them, and do other things with them. So let's see here. So let's see. Okay. Perfect. piece where I folded it better on this side. Perfect. And then I'll put this one and this piece placed there. So I'll go ahead and just flip that page over. And with this, I don't mind it overlapping because especially these pieces here, since they're that wet strength tissue, it's super thin, so it's not adding a whole lot of bulk. So that's the reason why it's if it overlaps, it's okay. So let me go ahead and get a piece cut out from this one. Okay, so get that piece cut. And get That's pretty much cutting this piece in half. Okay. And then what I can do is just kind of bring it down a little bit, and I can have it to where it overlaps those two, and that is fine with me. So let me go ahead and bring my glue book in. Okay, there we go. We've covered our page. And let me get the lid back on my glue stick before it dries out. Okay, so there we go. So there is our page. So what I will probably do next is probably come back in at some other point, and once it's dry, I do have a few pieces that do go over the edge a little bit, I will clean that up once it's completely dry. Don't want to do it while it's still wet. You want to make sure that your glue is completely dry and that everything is completely stuck down, just like here on this edge. Add a little bit more glue there. And then I'm going to use my bone folder just to bring it over. Press it down. And that's what I'll do, is I'll just make sure that all of my edges and everything are completely glued down. And then I'm not sure what I'll do next with on this page. See, and right here is a good example of where art glitter glue will come in handy. To get any of those little edges there. See, I need to, so that's something I will do off camera, is just make sure that all of my edges are completely glued down. My art glitter glue is acting up, so, but I will go around and make sure all of my edges are glued down. And then maybe off camera, or I might wait and do it on camera and just add maybe some stuff, additional things on here, and then maybe I won't, but we'll see. But thank you for joining me for this session, and we will see you guys in the next video. Bye everyone.